The ghost is known as the Green Lady, but I always think that to be somewhat of an embellishment, prompted really by the fact that Lady Louisa had a portrait painted in a green dress. And in any case, as a matter of fact, the people who've seen the ghost testify to it being greyish in colour.
Well, ghosts rarely manifest themselves in colour, Lord Bath. They're usually described as grey or whitish grey because that's the general colour of the ectoplasm which surrounds psychic manifestation. Might we go round that corner? Thank you.
It's just up ahead.
This is indeed a sad part of the house.
Yes, I think it is.
And this is the scene of the great tragedy.
Well, it's sad then.
Where the Viscount Weymouth slain his wife's lover. Can't you feel it yourself?
Yes.
The unpleasant and rather hair-raising atmosphere of this corridor.
Perhaps we can bring a little cheer from our own lives.
I hope we can. See here, by those two pictures, we have the ghost of the man who was murdered.
He comes back here. You wouldn't think he'd want to come back, would you?
Well, one can only assume if that he's coming back to meet his loved one.
Yes, that was undying and nothing could alter it. That, of course, was it, wasn't it?
Well, he was separated from her in this life.
Yes, yes.
So I suppose it is natural that he would want to find her in the next.
Yes. Well, I hope he did.
Slowly fading.
Mm-hmm. It's very dear of her to come, isn't it, and see us. It occurs to me, Tom, would it be possible to record such a materialization as we have just seen by means of camera lens?
Yes, but never in color. However, there have been many pictures of ectoplasmic manifestations recorded in black and white film. There's the famous photograph taken at the Island Eagleston seance, during which time the spirit of Queen Astrid of the Belgians made her appearance. And this is she was in real life. The famous picture of the ghost at Raynham Hall, the home of the Marquis of Townsend. And here is a series of photographs taken of the American medium Ethel Post and the gradual materializations.
Well, then, do you think one could venture to use such an experiment here, in this case?
Well, I sincerely hope somebody will try it.
Yes, that would be good. Tom Corbett asked Alan Fabian to come down from London and set up his special time-lapse camera equipment all night in the haunted corridor at Longleat to see if we could catch the image of Louisa Carter's on the film. We were not to know the results of that experiment until much later. As we left the haunted corridor to go down to the cellars, where Lord Bath had promised us we would find proof that the legend was true, we passed once again through the beautiful Bishop Ken Library.
By the way, this is only part of the collection of the books at Longleat. We have over 30,000 volumes divided between this library up here and two more on the ground floor.
William Shakespeare, the first folios.
Well, now I would like to show you one of the biggest proofs that this legend is true. In 1911, my father decided to modernize what was even then considered to be a somewhat antiquated form of central heating. But in order to do so, he had to lower the floor of the existing furnace room, which is just up here ahead. There, right there. It was when they lifted those flagstones that they found the skeleton of a man. Most of the clothing that he was wearing had completely deteriorated into dust, with the exception of a pair of boots, which were identified as belonging to the time when Louisa Carteret came to Longleat.
So this is where they buried Louisa's lover. The following day, we saw the film that had been taken in the haunted corridor. There was something on it.
You see it now?
Yes, coming down the
Comes
wall.
through the door.
Quite right.
Through the door on the
It
left.
seems to go disappear at that door on the left.
You see?
Yes. Well, do you think that that has a significance?
Well, frankly, I would have thought it was the beginning of a manifestation. Let me run it back for you again.
Yes, please.
Well, let's go back on that again.
There's no suggestion that it was a car light, which of course does spring to one's mind that a light from a car would travel.
Yes, but you can't because it's in the well at the back. And it's surrounded by 4 very high walls, so that's an impossibility.
Yes.
And of course, we have the testimony of Jeff Smith, the electrician who spent the whole night there.
Yes.
Well, we sat there this night with this stop frame camera, Alan Fabian and myself. All the lighting conditions were controlled. The windows were blacked out. There was no possibility of moonlight or car headlights or anything coming through. When we saw the stuff later, there was this shaft of light, which is, to me, is completely unexplainable.
Of course, we can never know conclusively, but I prefer to believe that it was a sign from Lady Carteret, thanking us for our interest and wanting us to know that all was well with her. By the time we left Longleat, it was dark. The swans on the ornamental lake stood out like porcelain figurine on the black water. There is a legend that when the swans fly away from Longleat, never to return, the Thin family will die out. It is fervently to be hoped that day will never arrive.